I've really gotten used to myself with fake tan now that I don't have it on. I feel like I just look so weird. Hi guys, so I don't normally start my videos like this wearing cat ears, but the reason being is because I just washed my hair and it's kind of like half dry, and I thought I'd just kind of leave it in this video because this is about the makeup, and then I will sort my hair out at the end while it's kind of like still drying. But today I'm going to be testing a full face of new makeup. If you guys didn't see my previous video, actually no wait, my previous video was my top drugstore bronzers and contours. My video before that was a giant makeup haul of a load of like PR samples that I've been sent recently. So if you didn't see that video, go check that out. But loads of the products that I mentioned in that I'm going to be testing in this video. If you guys like these type of full face of first impressions type videos, make sure to give this a thumbs up, and if you have any other products that you want me to test, let me know down below. And I'm nearly over my illness. For those of you that were telling me that I needed to go see a doctor because I get ill a lot, I finally went to the doctor's and I have a blood test on Wednesday, which hopefully will give me some kind of answers to why I keep getting sick all the time. But anyway, let's just put makeup on my face. I'm gonna start with something super bougie actually. I was sent a couple of bits from Nars, which I'm always like super appreciative for, because obviously like I do talk about a lot of drugstore stuff on my channel. I do talk about some high-end stuff, but I feel like Nars is like super luxury. I have some of their new Afterglow lip balms. These look really nice. I've got the original one, which is just a standard lip balm, but these two are kind of tinted. This one is called Hidden Pleasure, and it's literally just a kind of pink shiny packaging, and then the actual product looks like this. I don't think it's very heavily tinted at all, but I just kind of want to try it because I love a good lip balm. Okay, I feel like it's given me the tiniest hint of pink, but it's nothing really noticeable. Oh, but it feels so moisturizing. I have already primed my face because that was the only thing I didn't have. I'm gonna go in with the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Oil-Free Matte Pore Minimizing Full Coverage Cream and Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum with SPF 40. There's so many different claims to this, but if you guys didn't already know, the IT Cosmetics CC cream, the original, is really popular, but they've just come out with this matte one. I've got the shade Fair. Packaging looks like this, and then it does have a pump. It's in like a squeezy tube with a pump. I guess we'll just do like one pump on my finger. Oh, it's very thick. Okay, it's very thick. Maybe, oh my god, maybe I've put too much on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my beauty blender absorbed a lot of that, so for this side I'm just gonna use my fingers to kind of blend it. Okay, actually, you know what, I prefer the side with the beauty blender. I don't think that necessarily gave me more coverage. Maybe a tiny bit. I feel like my hair is getting puffier by the second. Okay, so I definitely wouldn't say it's full coverage. I would say it's more of like a kind of medium coverage. When I first put it on, I thought it was going to be really high coverage because it was super thick, but it actually blended out to be not as thick as I thought it would be. However, I really like a kind of like a lighter coverage in the summer, and to be honest, at the moment I haven't really been wearing foundation. I've just been wearing concealer on areas that I've needed it, but we'll see how it goes throughout the day. Okay, then for concealer, I've also got the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Breakout Full Coverage Treatment Concealer for oily, acne-prone skin, which I think I'm not even going to mention my skin type. But I also have, I've brought them all back today, the e.l.f. Camouflage Concealer. Somebody told me in the comments to not use this one under my eyes because it's a like blemish concealer. It says it's for blemishes and acne. So in this e.l.f. concealer, I think, okay, I was going to go for light beige, but I think that might be a little bit too dark. This is the shade Light Sand, which according to the bit of paper is number 4. So I'm just gonna add, oh, okay, that's very light. And this is the 4th from the top. I'm just gonna add a little bit under my eyes. Let's do this much and see how we go. And I'll also do some around my nose. I would normally do more concealer than this, but somebody in the comments told me that it's really full coverage and you just need a little bit. Wow, okay, yep. Oh, okay, it definitely dries quickly. Uh-oh. So it does seem like a pretty matte concealer. I wouldn't say it's full coverage. I can still see some of my under eye bags. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more because maybe it's because I normally add more concealer than this. Oh my god. One of the pans of this Nars thing just fell out. Okay, I need to be careful with that. Okay, that's definitely given me a bit more coverage and it definitely has brightened up my under eyes. If you guys would like me to do a video of me comparing this e.l.f. concealer to the Tarte Shape Tape, let me know because I think it's supposed to be kind of like a dupe. The applicator is very similar. I do like the applicator. I do quite like it. I think it's a good concealer for £5, but it's not as full coverage as Shape Tape, I think. Then I'm going to go in with the IT Cosmetics one, which comes in a glass bottle. And this one has got a tiny little doe fur applicator. So I'm just going to go in on a couple of my blemishes and scars and things, and also on my chin, which is where I tend to get a few breakouts. Ooh, that blended really nicely. It definitely does have nice coverage. I think that's done a pretty good job at covering my blemishes. You can still see them a tiny bit poking through, but that worked pretty well and it blended nicely. Even though it's got good coverage, it's not super thick, which I quite like. Next up, for my setting powder, I've got the Bye Bye Breakout powder, which is the blemish minimizing weightless finishing veil by IT Cosmetics as well. And I have the shade Translucent. It says this product contains an alpha hydroxy acid that may increase your skin's sensitivity to the sun. Use a sun cream, wear protective clothing and limit sun exposure while using this product, and for a week afterwards. So the packaging looks like this. It's quite a small product, as in you don't get much product in here, and the little powder puff is really tiny as well. I mean, to be fair, I probably shouldn't use this under my eyes if it's for blemishes, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Probably a terrible idea. I'm having the problem of when powders are listed as translucent and then they're actually darker than my skin tone. It definitely has a smell. Yeah, what the heck, my under eyes look so yellow now. In terms of how powders go, like, it is quite lightweight feeling. It doesn't look super cakey. However, it's kind of made my under eyes a bit yellow, and just my face in general. I started putting this on about, I've been filming for 20 minutes, so that would have been like 1:10. And the time now is 1:30, so we'll see how things last in a few hours time. I have this, which is the Barry M Staycation bronzer palette. I don't know if they do different shades of this. I've just got this one. So I'm gonna use this shade here to contour my face. And very sheer, it's not really showing up too much, but I quite like that in a contour. It's very, very subtle and very kind of buildable, which is what I normally go for. I think that's quite a good contour colour. So I'm then going to go in with the bronzer shade, which looks very orange. I'm hoping it's not going to come out too dark. And I'm just going to use this. Ooh. Okay, so again, this isn't super pigmented, which I actually really like, but it is quite a orange toned bronzer, so I think I'm going to mix these two together. Okay, I feel like that just made my neck look more pink. It's definitely got a more kind of reddish undertone. However, I do really like the contour shade of this. That was really nice. Then for blush, I have this palette right here, which is the one that just failed me a minute ago, which is the Nars Exposed Cheek palette, and it's got some blush shades. I guess you could kind of use these two as bronzers maybe, and then it's got highlighter as well. This looks so nice. Oh my god, the highlighter looks stunning. But one of the shades just literally fell out a minute ago, so I'm kind of scared to use this. But I think I am going to go for that shade, which is the kind of peach toned one. Okay, it's very, very sheer. Okay, it comes off on my finger, but maybe I just need to dig my brush in there a bit more. There we go, I think I've got a bit of colour. It's a very kind of natural palette, but it kind of takes a while to actually get some product onto your brush. Maybe I'm using the wrong type of brush, I don't know. To be fair, the colour is really pretty and it's like really kind of smooth and lightweight, but it just takes a while for it to actually show up and get some product on your brush. Oh my god, my hair has gone so frizzy. Then for my highlighter, I'm probably going to use the highlighter from this palette down my nose, but on my cheeks I'm going to use the Lottie London High Glow Jelly Highlighter in the shade Ultra. Oh, actually this might be a bit too dark for me, but we'll give it a go. It's like a jelly putty highlighter. These are so weird. I'm just going to take a tiny bit on my finger. I'm just going to blend that into my cheeks. Ooh. Oh yeah, okay, that's definitely too dark. When I look forward, you can literally see like a stripe on my face. However, I think when I am a bit more tanned, that will be really, like, that will be fine. But that is really pretty. I will have to test this again when I have fake tan on. So I'm just going to go over the top with this one from the Nars palette, which actually, again, this might be too dark. Oh my god, that's stunning. Okay, those two mixed together are so nice. Is this a little bit dark as well? Oh, I always get questions about the brush that I use for my nose highlight. It's the Masked Concealer brush from Boots. And I'm just going to use the same highlighter on my brow bone and on my nose. Then for my eyebrows, I've got these, which are the Barry M dual-ended brow wands. I think I'm going to go for the shade light because the shade medium was really quite dark. However, I think this one's going to be a bit too light for me because I like to do my brows a bit darker. So it's got a pencil on one side. It's quite like a thick triangular pencil. And then it's got a tinted brow gel on the other side, which I love. So I'm going to go in with this one first. Ooh, that's a really nice kind of cool toned blonde colour. For some reason I always do it this way round. I like to do the brow gel so I can kind of see where I have any gaps left, and then I go in with the pencil. I'd normally go for a brow gel which is a tiny bit darker than this. However, it's pretty nice. And then I'm going in with the angled pencil. Okay, yeah, I think this pencil's a bit too big. I normally like to go for like a really skinny pencil. I just don't really get on with these triangular pencils very well. I am actually just going to go in with the darker pencil just to define them a little bit more, but I'm using a very light hand. I just definitely find it easier to work with a skinny brow pencil because I like to add some kind of definition to the front of my brows. I like the gel side, not too big of a fan of the pencil side because it's a bit too thick for me. Okay, then for my eyeshadow, I will be testing this palette in a different video, but for today I wanted to test the I Heart Revolution Donuts. I'm gonna go for the chocolate dipped one because realistically this is the one that I would probably use the most out of all of them. Like I wouldn't really use the kind of blue one or the super bright kind of pink one, so I'm probably gonna put those in future giveaways. So I'm gonna go for this one today, and they smell kind of like chocolate-ish. They are squishy, which is the most exciting part, and they have a pretty decent sized mirror. So I'm just going to use all of these shades to create some kind of eye look. So first I'm going to take this shade here, which is a matte brown. And yeah, this is definitely a cool toned colour. And I know that a lot of people say that I do very similar looks in all of my videos. I'm kind of testing the product rather than testing new eyeshadow techniques, if that makes sense. Okay, so far so good. It worked pretty well on that eye. This eye's looking a little bit patchy. But like, for example, if I test Tammy's palette, then obviously I will do a colourful look because it's a colourful palette. But also as well, so many of the makeup products that have come out recently have all been such similar shades that it's quite difficult to come up with new and exciting looks with them because I'm not like a super creative makeup artist, if that makes sense. I'm then going to take this shade, which is like a light cream colour. I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges. I'm then going to go in with a bit of this darker one on a flat brush. Let's just see how this goes if I put a bit on my outer corner as well. Okay, this one's more of a warm kind of chocolatey brown. That is a really nice shimmery brown. I'm then going to take this shade, which is kind of like a shimmery taupe sort of gold, and I'm going to put that on, wow, on the inner part of my lid. That's really nice. I'm then going to take the same kind of shimmery brown just onto my lower lash line. Wow, yeah, these shimmers are so pigmented. And then I'm going to take the taupe colour as well and just put this on the kind of middle part of my lower lash line. Ah, I got it in my eyes. Oh my god, I feel like I can't see. Then I'm going to take this shade here, which is the lightest shimmery colour, and I'm just going to put that on my inner corners. I think this is such a perfectly designed little palette because you have everything. You've got your darker kind of outer corner colour, you've got an all over the lid colour, you've got a transition kind of blending out colour, and you've got an inner corner highlight. There we go, that's the eyeshadow. I think that actually worked really nicely. Then for eyeliner, I have the IT Cosmetics Superhero Liner. I have actually tried this before. It's probably one of my favourite eyeliners of all time. My previous one has run out, so I'm so happy that I've got a new one. The only thing I don't like about it, like, what is this packaging about? It could just be a skinny pen, but no, they're like, let's add some extra bulk onto it and make the ends really fat. Like, I don't get that. But other than that, it's such a good liner. If you like the Kat Von D tattoo liner, it's pretty much exactly the same. It's got like brush hairs. I didn't mean for it to be that long, but we're just gonna roll with it. Then for mascara, I've never tried this before. This is the Winky Lux So Extra Velvet Plush Mascara. It says 94% saw extreme lengthening, 100% saw instant and buildable volume, 95% saw visible lift, and 96% experienced zero flaking. So the packaging looks like this. It's a standard kind of bristle brush rather than plastic, I think. I've just noticed I've got fallout all over my nose. Let's just get rid of that before we continue. Okay, so it's pretty good. I'm gonna go in with a second layer in a minute. I always just build and build my mascaras until I'm happy with them. Ooh, okay. It's definitely very lengthening. I wouldn't say it's extremely voluminous. It's definitely giving me some big lashes. Yeah, I quite like it. It's not my favourite mascara that I've ever tried. For those of you that were wondering about these L'Oreal liquid lipsticks, they're called the Lip Inks. I did actually use one of the shades in my previous video. So if you want to see what it looks like on my lips, go have a look at that. I was using the shade called I Empower, which is the lightest nude, I think. It did dry down matte. They're a very thin formula. I didn't expect them to dry down matte because on my hand it kind of didn't really. They're very like lightweight feeling, but I think just because I'm not used to wearing matte lips at the moment, I haven't worn matte lipstick in a while because my lips have been quite dry. I found it a little bit drying, but the actual formula of it, like it went on really nicely. The applicator was really nice and I do quite like them. So if you like your kind of like matte lipsticks, then I would recommend giving these a try. But today I'm going to test the Ofra Flexi Sticks. This is the shade Stretch. And this is kind of like a combination between a gloss and a lipstick, apparently. Oh my god. These smell so good. Ooh, okay, this is a lot lighter than I anticipated. Okay, it feels really nice on my lips and really comfortable. However, this particular shade is kind of immediately settling into the cracks and like picking up on dry bits on my lips. I'm not a fan of this one. I'm gonna try one of the other colours. This is the shade called Urge and see if this is the same or whether it's just because it was that light nude colour. Yeah, okay, this one isn't doing the same thing. Okay, this one, perfectly fine. I think it was just because the other one was a super light nude. It was just picking up on dry patches. The formula feels super comfortable, which I really, really like. So here is a little closer look of everything. So I'm gonna go do my hair now. Finally, it needs it. What is this? And also I will check back in with you guys a little bit later on to see how the base products are holding up. And I guess the mascara as well to see if it flakes. So yeah, I will see you in a bit. Okay, it's a little bit dark because obviously it's quite a few hours later. I did take off my lipstick just because I needed to eat my Indian food somehow. Also, if you see a red mark between my eyes, I basically have spent my afternoon or my day sorting through stuff to sell on Depop. I picked up a box and decided it was a good idea to put it on my head, and then the lid smacked down and like cut me in between my eyebrows. So that was not a good idea. Would not recommend wearing a box as a hat. So this has now been on my face for around 6.5 hours. To be fair, I think it's looking pretty decent. I'm definitely starting to look a bit oily. You can probably tell on camera I'm looking a bit oily on my head and kind of my cheek areas. This part is my highlight, but then kind of here, you can see there's a bit of oil starting to come through, and also on my nose as well. In terms of my smile lines, it hasn't sunk into my smile lines too badly. I think just because it wasn't that kind of full coverage, if you get what I mean. So there's not much product to actually sit in my smile lines, which is pretty good actually. So far it seems to be holding up pretty well. Like even though it's starting to get a little bit oily, it doesn't look particularly like pory or gross or anything too bad. Let me just give you a close up. So hopefully you can kind of see what I mean, how it is starting to get oily on my nose and around the sides of my nose, but it's not starting to kind of break up or anything yet. And also a little bit on my forehead, you can see a bit of shine. But I think overall, like it's looking pretty good still. This is way too up close and personal, but yeah, like really nothing much has sunk into my smile lines. Okay, so I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm just gonna answer a question of the day. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know down below with the hashtag question of the day. Okay, I am not even gonna try and pronounce this person's name, but I will put it on the screen here. And they have said, if you were to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Love you so much, Soph. Thank you, I love you too. Part of me wants to say Cocoa Pops because I love cereal and I eat Cocoa Pops every single day of my life. And I would eat them for like every meal of the day if I could. I mean, I could do that anyway, but it wouldn't be very healthy. But if it was like a hearty meal or like particular food, I think I would say Chinese sweet and sour chicken. You know, like the chicken that comes in like the crispy batter with the sweet and sour sauce, and that with some rice. That's my favorite like dish. I love it so much. But I also love like a chicken korma with naan bread. I also love like Chinese duck pancakes, but I think I would probably go for Hong Kong style sweet and sour chicken. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Hopefully in the next video, I will not be ill anymore. Please, please pray for me. But I hope you guys are all doing really, really well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.